Cease the boycott, everybody. I really do think you should go see the new Ryan Gosling movie, First Man, and I'm going to tell you why today on The Hollywood Conservative for The Rebel. Some of you might remember my video from about a month ago where I talked about the new Ryan Gosling movie called First Man. It seems like ages ago because so much news has happened since then. But despite the fact that there has already been so much talk about it, both critical and complimentary, the movie actually doesn't even hit theaters until Friday. Now, a very dear friend of mine works for the company who partnered with the production, so he actually got to see a pre-screening of it last week. Now, if you don't remember the reason for my first video about this movie, word got out that the movie covering the stories of the 3 astronauts as well as the Apollo mission as a whole, they had omitted the scene where Neil Armstrong plants the flag on the moon. Now, as you all know, I live here in Hollywood, so I had the chance to talk to some of my fellow industry people. We approach this controversy from 2 very different directions. Their direction, of course, is that you can't tell a creator how to create because that is essentially suppressing that person's right to free speech. On the other hand, my approach and opinion was that thanks to my freedom of association, I have the right to boycott the film if I don't like the way that they have framed the story. And omitting the scene where Neil Armstrong plants the American flag on the surface of the moon is a very essential part of that story. Now, I'm going to have to be a little vague in my commentary today because I have been entrusted with information from people who could potentially lose their jobs over sharing their information and knowledge with me. One of those people is someone who actually worked on the production crew for the First Man movie, and he said regarding the controversy that everyone involved with the movie was very upset that people blew up over the issue of that scene not being in the movie. He said that one of the main goals of the movie was to highlight how Americans have led the way in the space race and space exploration. He expressed his sadness over what ended up being a whole lot of jumping to conclusions, and yes, I am talking about some of you because a lot of people grew instantly outraged over this and said they were going to boycott the movie. Of course, that is your right. But let me share with you the opinion of another person, someone who has already seen the movie. He is a spectator, he's not an industry insider, and I am reading a quote directly from him. I should also note that this particular person is very conservative, is a Trump supporter, and truly believes with all of his heart and soul that America is and hopefully always will be the greatest nation on this planet. So, knowing that, here is what he said. I was able to see First Man in an advanced screening and I was totally blown away. Starting from the beginning, the filmmakers make it feel like you are actually in a 1960s era spacecraft when space travel was still new and experimental. The movie also gives a very human view of what it must have been like to be Neil Armstrong, Deke Slayton, and their family members. As a fan of space travel, it's easy to forget the human aspect since that side of the story is rarely told. There was a lot of controversy over the filmmakers cutting out the scene where Neil Armstrong planted the American flag on the moon. As an American and big-time Trump conservative, I was apprehensive going in, but after watching the movie, it's pretty clear that they weren't taking a swipe at the flag or at America. In fact, there is so much patriotic content throughout, plus actually showing the flag on the moon. I left beaming with pride about what we were able to accomplish as a nation, beating the Soviets and reaching truly awe-inspiring heights. So I would suggest that you see it. I am going to see it on Friday, and I'm looking very forward to experiencing that same pride in America that my friend did. So everybody go check it out. Thanks for watching. I'm Amanda Head, the Hollywood Conservative for The Rebel. If you enjoyed my commentary and want to hear more from all of us here at The Rebel, subscribe to our premium content at www.therebel.media/shows. Make sure you're following us on Facebook and Twitter for all of our latest news, and download our new app for The Rebel Media on the App Store. That way you will have instant and easy access to all of our latest videos and your favorite Rebel shows. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Amanda Head for The Rebel.